Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast number 2329, Making Space in the Busy. Sounded weird. Did I put that down correctly? Yep, I did. Okay. Where do I come up with these titles? I don't know. But you know what's really cool? In 14 sleeps, I'm actually going to be able to, I could actually do my podcast from my front porch or the back porch. It depends. I could do one from the back porch, one from the front porch. I could alternate. Oh, that would be cool. To do a Porch Light Letters podcast from a porch with the porch light turned on. Now there's an idea. 14 sleeps to go. But anyway, so making space in the busy. It's been a very hectic day. Got up early to have a meeting with my business partner at 6 o'clock my time. Yes, I do get up at 6 a.m. because it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. But yeah, 6 a.m. is not an impossible task to do. So we had a really great meeting, got that finished early, went and had breakfast. Then I had to, and then I was going to go and have a shower. I was dressed. I was going to go and have a shower and got sidetracked and realized with 10 minutes to go, I had to be back online again for our Mastermind Open Office. That was a very interesting one today. I actually got the tail end of a coaching call going on and got to talk with these people who I don't normally get to talk with, which was awesome. Lots of good feedback from them. Got reading a lot of the feedback that I had gotten on, and I'm doing a 75-day challenge. And so I posted my post yesterday saying, this is what's going on. This is what I need to do. This is, what I've got going on. Here's my ideas, but I'm not sure which one to run with. And so I got some amazing feedback from that, from the people who are doing the 75-day challenge, giving me the thoughts, ideas, some of them out of the box that I hadn't even thought of, but I thought, oh, that would be really cool. And it sent me off down another train of thing. And some of them had left voice messages. So I had to record the voice messages, get the transcript from that, get the transcripts of the messages they'd done, put it into one of the AI programs and go, please summarize this for me, because there was so many good ideas in there that I wanted to make sure that I captured all of the ideas and stuff, and ended up with used Notebook LM, put them all in there and let the system run with it. And it summarized everything in there. I got it to do a video. It made a video of all of the ideas that came out of it and how I can incorporate them, how I can move forward with them. It was amazing. Sometime in then I realized I had missed my shower time because I thought, oh, I've got to have a shower after the open office call before I get onto the chat. Nope, didn't work. Was almost late for the chat because of these ideas that were running around in my head. Got the chat done, worked out on that. And then after I'd done that, I had an hour to be on a call with a potential client, with my business partner, with a potential client. And so raced through the shower for that, got in here on time. I was early, was online early, and everybody came on, and we had a great conversation with this potential client. Went for a whole hour, and then I finished that, and I was just like feeling very thirsty. My water thing was empty, so I had to go fill that up. And Dad was rolling ice creams, and so I said, well, I need to have an ice cream because I need to refuel, let the brain settle down a little bit, because it's had a lot of stuff going on in there today, especially after seeing the video that came up from all of the from everybody's input in the chat, seeing the video that came out from that, because it put everything in a clear way that I could totally understand. And now I'm working on the next steps. And then I came in here to do my podcast. So I finished my ice cream. It's Neapolitan flavor today. It was really good. And the strawberry has real strawberries in it. Yum. Came in here and got everything set up for the podcast. And I'm sitting here and I'm busy looking through other stuff. And it suddenly dawns on me, why am I not doing my podcast? So here we are. I know I'm late, but we're here. And it's just, there was a lot of stuff going on today. And it's just I didn't rush. No, did I rush? No, I didn't rush anything. Being back in New Zealand, I will tell you this, being back in New Zealand, one of the differences I have noticed is that I'm not rush all the time anymore. It's not get up, scarf down some breakfast. Well, at one point it was take Zephyr for, but come home, scarf down some breakfast and get online. No, now it's get up in the morning. If I have a meeting, go do the meeting. I have a period of time that I don't do anything. I don't have anything scheduled because that's my time. Sometimes it does get a little upset, but basically it's get up in the morning, throw some clothes on, get online. After that's done, go have breakfast, have a shower, get dressed again, and then come back in here and get started for the day. Get started for the day. And then at the end of the day, I've got a couple of hours before the podcast, so I've got I can go chat with my mum and dad, catch up on them and what they've been doing today. But I don't feel rushed to do anything. In the States, it was almost like I had this constant pressure on me. I get down to New Zealand, it's like, yeah, we're good, everything's good. In fact, do you know what my mum asked me? I said, I'm going to go do my podcast now. And she says, oh, I just have a quick question for you. I says, okay. And she used to have this big parsley bush that was sitting right outside the door. Well, she's taken it out of the ground and put it into a pot to try and contain it a little more. And she says, look, I have another 3 of these plants. Would you like me to put them in a pot? I says, absolutely. Fresh parsley? Yes, please. I may throw some mint in there too and see how that goes because I like mint as well. Do you know what my mum does at night? When we have dinner, if we have carrots, she will either slice them in circles or make sticks out of them. But once they're cooked, she mixes in some mint sauce with it. Awesome. But I thought, if I don't have mint sauce, I can create my own mint sauce. If I have my own supply of mint and I have the right vinegar to go with it, I can create my own. Yes, love that. All about wanting to eat a lot cleaner and things like that and not have as much sugar and stuff. And get a lot of sugar in mint sauce. Yeah, I don't know how much sugar is in mint sauce, but if I can reduce by making my own, good. We're good. So there's all this stuff that's coming up and 2 weeks today, I take over the keys of the house. Yes, 2 weeks today. So it's going to be awesome because I'll get the keys to the house and we can start moving some of my stuff over. We'll figure out when we're going to move the furniture over there, but I can start moving some of the smaller stuff over there. Go in, get things like shelf liners, that sort of stuff. I am going to need, what am I going to need? Oh, there are some stuff that I'm creating I'm trying to create a little list. I know that there is some stuff that is not coming over in my stuff that I do need to buy. So I'm making that list. I kind of already have that list. And then I know there's stuff coming over in my things, but I'm probably going to need it before it arrives. So where can I borrow it from? Or maybe I can pick it up at a secondhand store and then get rid of it later on. That sort of stuff. So I'm working on those lists right now. But I've got my air fryer. I've got my toasty pie maker. I just need utensils. I've got plates I can borrow from mum and dad until my container arrives. And what else do I have? Yeah, so there's some stuff that I'm going to borrow from mum and dad until my stuff arrives. But this is stuff that I have to go and get because I know it's not coming because it's stuff that I got rid of back in the States, like cutlery, kitchen utensils, measuring cups, measuring spoons. I do have a set of American measuring spoons and cups because there are different sizes to New Zealand, but I still need to go out and get the New Zealand size and also make sure it includes an Australian tablespoon. You're probably going, why do you want an Australian? Here is why. Standard tablespoon for most people is 15 mils. 3 teaspoons make a tablespoon. But in Australia, 5 teaspoons makes a tablespoon. So that's 25 mils. And I have these really cool Australian Women's Weekly cookbooks, which are amazing. They have some beautiful recipes in there. I love making them. In fact, one of them is just cakes and slices. And when the boys were having birthdays, I would toss the book at them and say, pick a cake. And this is before they went off to college and all that sort of stuff. This is when they were still in school. And so they would go through and choose which cake they wanted me to make. Before I came over here, I was going, why aren't these recipes working? There was something missing from the recipe. Then in some little small print in the very back of the book, there was a thing that says, please note, an Australian tablespoon is 25 mils. I'm like, that's why the recipes aren't working. And I happen to have a set of Tupperware measuring cups and a set of Tupperware spoons, and it had a 25 mil spoon on there, and I didn't know what it was for. And as soon as I read that bit, I went, that's why. So I've got a quarter teaspoon, I've got a half teaspoon, I've got a teaspoon, I've got a 15 mil tablespoon and a 25 mil tablespoon on my Tupperware measuring spoons. So, and I purposely took the measuring cups and spoons with me because when I was making the New Zealand recipes, I needed a New Zealand cup, I needed a New Zealand tablespoon, I needed an Australian tablespoon if I was doing the Australian recipes. But I tell you, once I figured that out, my recipes were turning out a lot better. Yay. So yeah, there's some stuff we're going to have to go get. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff coming over that I have no clue about. So I was talking with them. The moving company called me today to give me an update. Oh, what do they need? They wanted to let me know they'd got everything. They gave me an update on shipping, that my container is due in Wellington on January 6th currently, but that could change based on when the ship arrives, because the ship could get held up in the ocean due to storms, that sort of stuff, or it could have a nice smooth sailing in. And with the statutory days coming up, like in New Zealand, we get Christmas Day and Boxing Day off. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. And on New Year's, we get the 1st and the 2nd off, and my ship's supposed to arrive on the 2nd. So it'll be skeleton crew, that sort of stuff. But there will be a skeleton crew be able to coordinate all of us. So and then once it gets down to Wellington, it's going to go through customs and that. But we need to get all the paperwork over to customs so they can kind of pre-clear everything. And I said to her, I says, you've seen my packing list? She goes, yeah. I says, there are items on there I have absolutely no clue what they are. I said, it mentions something about an armrest, a chair armrest. I said, I've only got 2 pieces of furniture coming over. I said, there is my bed, which is the mattress, 2 split bases, and 2 packages of bed frame stuff. I said, they're easily identified. I said, I can point them out, not a problem. And she's like, okay. And I said, the only other one is my recliner, but they took the back off my recliner and put it on top of the chair and wrapped it up as one parcel. So on the packing list, it's got sofa back, has scratches. It's got something about an armchair on there. And I'm like, I have no clue what they are. And I said, so it's very difficult. I said, they packed everything for me. They packed some stuff that I don't know, that shouldn't have been packed. I only know because there was stuff. I walked into a room and go, hang on, there was stuff over there that wasn't supposed to be packed, but I got packed. So I said, so there's more stuff in there than I had planned to bring down, because they packed more than they should have. And I said, so I absolutely have. I said, so some of the stuff I can identify and some of it I can't. I said, you asking me, that form asking me for box numbers, I have no clue. I said, I'm making a best educated guess, but even that I'm not even 10% sure about. And so she just starts laughing. She says, it's okay. As long as we get the paperwork to them and the stuff that needs to be declared has been declared, we're okay. And she says, and I've got your email there with all the explanations and stuffs on it as well, because they had asked me if I was bringing in weapons, and I said yes, but they had nowhere to put the description of what weapons I was bringing in. And you're bringing weapons into it? Yes, but there's a story behind this. There is a 6-foot box, it's 6 foot long, and it has, and Brad, like 35 plus years ago, went on this trip to I don't know what country, and as a souvenir, he brought back a spear and a bow, and I think there's another couple of pieces in there. I'm not sure, but I know there's a spear and a bow in there, and it's in the 6 foot long box. And I said to her, I says, that's it. I says, I can't even tell you what the box number is because I don't know. Because everything's, and you might say, well, just look at the rooms. Yeah, no. All my 259 items on that list are all listed as living room. Yeah, listed as living room. So I said to her, I says, I've just made an educated guess, which is maybe 10% chance of it being correct. I said a 1 in 259 chance of it being correct. But she was really good, totally understood. She says, yeah, we get some that come through that they don't even declare anything on, and then they find all the stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, making space when it's busy, it's just Don't feel pressured. Step back if you need to. If it's busy and you're feeling a little overwhelmed and crowded, like I did this morning, reading all these messages and listening to the messages of people's feedbacks on what I had posted in this group for the 75-day challenge, it was a little overwhelming. But I stepped back. I copied and pasted all of the text stuff that had been given, put each comment onto different documents. I recorded the voicemails so I could then, because on my phone I have a thing that's called voice memo. And once it's recording it, you hit 3 little buttons and it says copy transcript. So I did that and put them into Google Docs as well. So I had each voice message was in its own Google Doc. And then I took all of them and threw them into Notebook LM and had it sorted out for me. And it did a fabulous job. Because then I just watched a 7-minute video. And it was like, oh, that's what everybody was. That summed up what everybody said and gave an outline for a plan, possible plan. I was like, this is sweet. This is awesome. So now I can go and execute that. So I do have a couple of other questions, but I've got the regular questions for you, but I do have a couple of other questions. Number one, I'm looking at taking over Facebook. I'm looking at acquiring some Facebook groups. Are you an admin on a group that you no longer want to deal with? If you are, then private message me and I'll be happy to talk with you about that. And then what else do I want? Oh yeah, I'm looking for people who want some AI content created for them, because I'm getting very good at creating AI content with videos and stuff too. So I can do short videos, I can do slightly longer videos, but yeah, we got that taken care of. What else am I doing? And that's it. So here are your reflection questions for today. Number one, what helps you stay grounded during a packed or high energy day? It's always a good question. Number two, how can you build in small moments of reflection when your schedule is full? Schedule them on the calendar. If you want personal time in that, if you want a time when you can kick back and relax, then put it on your calendar. Put those relaxation times in there. Put your me times in there. Schedule them. And treat them like a doctor's appointment. Phones get turned off and you just relax. Number three, what activities truly energize you versus just fill time? Yeah, so if you've got time to fill in, what do you fill it in with? Number four, how do you celebrate small wins or progress in the middle of the hustle? You make time for it. That's what I'm concerned about anyway. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Oh no, hang on. What's tomorrow? No, it'll be Wednesday for you guys tomorrow. Yep, no, we're good. We're good. Around 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. Hey, Conetta.